after local Democrat politicians got rid of the name back in 2021 because of its mockery. But the case was never really the case. Locals said it honored Native Americans, not mocked them. It was a symbol of empowerment. Speaking of mascots, Primetime introduces you to a very important advocate.
Hi everyone, I'm Shitani, my persona is a king cheetah, and I've been a furry since 2012. This style of costume isn't only a last resort for furries who are neurodivergent or disabled. We have them because we like how they look. Not every fursuiter wants to be a cute and cuddly stuffed animal. Many of us envision our characters as something wilder. My fursuit was designed specifically to match my fursona. We just ask to keep an open mind, be respectful, and let us be weird animal people in our way.
Let's bring in radio show host Tommy Sotomayor. Tommy, you look like you want to talk about the furries.
I'm telling you, I don't know what to do. We need a safe space right now for sanity, for sane people, because the insanity has run amok, man.
I mean, it's DEI Thursday. We are forced to celebrate this, courtesy of the Reverend. I don't know about you, but white people aren't exceptional, and I would put myself in that category.
Well, you're not. I'm telling you. Let me tell you something. I'm a San Francisco 49er fan. And you know how many white running backs there are in the NFL? One. And we got him. And let me tell you something. Because there's only one of them out of 32 teams, that lets me know whites aren't exceptional. But what we need to do is have diversity, equity, and inclusion. So I need you, Jesse, and the rest of the white people to stand up and say we need more white running backs.
We need more white running backs on every team that plays the Eagles, my team. That's the only time that I'll allow that. And white cornerbacks, too. That'll be fun.
Yeah. There haven't been a white cornerback since Jason Sehorn.
And there'll never be another one, Tommy. Tell me about the mascot game, because I've never heard of this before. You only hear stories about canceling American Indian mascots. They've reclaimed the Indian mascot. This is a huge breaking story on DEI Thursday.
Well, first off, we need more stories like that. We need the Washington Redskins back. I don't really know what they're doing with the mascots, and then the furries, they threw me off because I was like, well, aren't they technically a mascot? And couldn't they be a mascot for the insanity that the people have? But I'm really glad that that school has decided to stop just kowtowing to liberal movements, which make no sense. And what's next? The Yankees should be upset, right? That's a mascot should be upset.
That's true.
Yankees, people up north, they should be upset by that. What about the Fighting Irish?
Yeah, what about the What about the Vikings? What about the Raiders?
Yeah.
I thought that guy looked white on the helmet. Why don't we do this, Tommy? Why don't we make the Redskins the furries? The Washington furries.
Yes.
And I think a lot of those sick, kinky freaks in D.C. would love it.
And see, that's another one of my problems. I know we make jokes and things like that, and I enjoy that. You allow that. But when I watch these adults in these so-called furry outfits, the only thing that I can think of is who is it they're trying to attract? We realized who was trying to be attracted when we had Joe Camel. Well, what are these people trying to do when they're trying to be cuddly animals? Think about it. I don't like the precedent that it sets. When we're dealing with DEI, I think they need to have diversity, inclusion, and equity, and therefore it would be called D.I.E., and hopefully one day it will D.I.E. And then with the end of that, they'll teach people how to DIY, or to do it themselves, because that's the problem. They want the government to do it for them. So let's get to that one. Let's get to DIY.
All right, you're right. DEI is DOA on prime time. Tommy, thank you so much. See you later.
Thank you.
But before we go, we can't finish DEI Thursday without mentioning that Biden's chief diversity and inclusion officer is leaving the administration. Michael Leach was the first ever DEI officer in White House history, and we wish Michael well and expect Joe Biden to fill that role soon. Also, do Democrats want to get rid of Joe? Johnny finds out.
Does Joe Biden deserve another 4 years?
Taxes are crazy now. I'm out.